Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a card, pick a story. So this is for the week of January 9th through the 16th, 2019. I hope I've been saying 2019 in my videos. I just feel so off. But okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I want you guys to look at each deck and see if it is resonating with your energy. So starting off is your story in this deck. Is it resonating with you? Or will it be deck number 2? Is your energy resonating with this deck? Or will it be deck number 3? Does your energy resonate with deck number 3? I feel like Vanna White. Is she still on Wheel of Fortune? I don't know. All right, so hope you guys have made your choice. We'll go ahead and start with deck number 1. All right, so, oh, I forgot to start my timer. No, I'm not going to throw out the timer notification gang. All right, so, okay, so the central issue, heart of the matter, I have the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Judgment, Knight of Cups, I'm sorry, Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and Justice. Okay, so I am getting 2 energies who are opposite of one another. Maybe even opposite signs like Libra, Aries, Taurus, what do you call it? Scorpio. I'm getting 2 opposing energies, getting ready to compromise. There's some sort of shift, some sort of changes happening in your life right now. Someone is becoming very focused again. The Emperor is this guy who is very polished, very seductive, very subtle in his approach. He seduces your mind. He can seduce you without really even saying anything. And you could look at this person and be like, what? Oh my God. And they'll be like, I didn't say a thing. I haven't said anything. You know, but you swear that this person is like mind fucking you. This guy, he takes care of his appearance. He's very well groomed. I feel like even in his home, he's very well groomed. And guys, please, if this is you, I'm not talking about some dude is sitting up there looking at you unless that is your lifestyle. Otherwise, I'm talking about this man's energy, very seductive. He's an intellect too. He likes to have a lot of discussions, a lot of conversations. He's a philosopher, so he's someone who kind of takes bits and pieces of knowledge from everywhere and is able to carry some sort of stimulating conversation. He's not a boring person, but he does like his space. He does like to be in charge. He may also be very old-fashioned. I'm seeing for some of you, this guy, he may have a goatee and a mustache, or a beard and mustache. He has facial hair. I mean, I know that's not going to apply to everyone, but I feel like this guy's energy is coming off as having facial hair. And he just sits back quietly. He has a very seductive way of competing. Now, this is Aries energy because it's the Aries card. However, I'm getting Scorpion energy. Like, this is it's Mars energy, but it's like Mars in Scorpio, because you can't see this person coming. They have a very strong poker face. You can't read this person. So he is someone who I feel wants to connect with you. He may be dating, if you decide to go out with him, he may be dating more than one person, or maybe you have him in your dating pool. But I feel like he wants to get to know you. Although he is a serious-minded person, he is the type of person who does want to settle down. He's looking for his queen, is what it is. And so he's keeping his options open. He's not going to allow himself to be tied down to one person until he's made up his mind. Once he makes up his mind, then, you know, he's only going to be there for you. But at the moment, he might be, you know, coming off as playful or not serious, or just trying to, you know, pick your brain. So he doesn't want to be controlled. He doesn't want to be put in a box. He wants to overall be the leader. Now, also, this may be someone who has recently become single. And I'm also getting the name of Ali, or someone whose name means lofty or high, or who has that type of persona. You also may be dealing with someone who is popular, or who is always being recognized wherever he goes. It's like one of those type of people where when you go out somewhere and they're like, hey, and it's like, oh my God, what do you know? Like, every 5 people we come across, like, who are you? You know, so I feel like this person might also have that type of persona too. And I was getting ready to say too, this person may recently be single, or if they've been single for a while, now they're ready to start dating again. They have confidence. I feel like there has been some sort of boost of confidence. I feel like this person is naturally confident, but maybe something has shifted where they actually may want to approach you, or will be coming towards you. Now, with the Judgment here, it's a couple of things for me. For me, this is about someone that you may know from your past. So like childhood, high school, college. If you don't know them from your past, then it's definitely like a past life connection. There may be some sort of unfinished business between you and another person, or even you and a group of people. Like, you have a group of friends that you're very, very close to. It's because you guys were connected in the past life. You guys just are very close with each other because you recognize each other's souls, or each other's energies here. I am also seeing something like a visitor coming towards you, where they have to fly. So someone may be taking some sort of trip and they're coming towards you. And overall too, I'm seeing like a situation reawaken, an old situation that you thought was a no-go, you thought was dead, it's resurrecting here. Excuse me. Someone is going to very subtly approach you. This person is very like the way they approach you, it's going to be hard to tell. Like when they make their move, when they approach you, you're going to be like, I can't tell if they're flirting with me, if they're trying to ask me out. I don't know what's going on. But that's because it's very subtle. It's like borderline friend, borderline flirtation. I also feel like someone is starting to develop feelings for you, or maybe you are starting to develop feelings for someone. Always keep in mind these readings can go the other way. Someone is really trying to see if you are a match, if you match their criteria, or you know, if you, this could be your energy. You're going through that top 10 must-haves in a mate, and you're going off that checklist. You know, do they have this check? Do they have that check? Check. So you might be taking a very analytical approach. You also maybe it's like you have to maybe step outside the box as well, for whatever reason. I just feel like you need to kind of see something from a different perspective or through a different pair of lenses here. And I'm also getting someone, when I said that, I also feel like someone wears glasses or contact lenses. Somebody is almost like under the microscope. Now, if this is not in regards to love or romance, this is definitely talking about your job or career, especially if you're an entrepreneur. And let's just say, for instance, you're a blogger, under the public eye, rather, because I feel like there is a company, maybe it's a sponsor, or, you know, someone that has some sort of rank that is observing you. They're checking your stats, your numbers. They're trying to see if you are fitting in with their brand. If you are someone that they would like to represent or would like you to represent their product. So I feel like some of you are under the microscope. If this is at your place of work, your yearly review may be coming up. Now might be the time to start planning on how much of a raise you want. Figure out your worth. Maybe you want to go to Glassdoor and see, you know, what's the pay rate for people in your particular position, and, you know, do some research on your value or your worth. This may also apply to those of you that are in the job market. Look and see who your competitors are. There's a need for you to examine your competitors and see where you fit in that spectrum here. I am seeing like some sort of contract. I'm also seeing this as the possibility of you getting ready to pick out either a car or a home or an apartment. Especially car. Now, some of you guys, you know, it's tax season. The ones that receive the income tax, the tax returns, you might be trying to already take an early assessment of how you're going to spend, what you're going to save, you know, what you're going to invest. So you might be doing some early research on your tax return, counting the money before it's in your hand type situation. Especially if you are wanting to purchase a vehicle. I do see someone really looking to purchase a vehicle. Yeah, Yeah, now also here with the Justice card, there's definitely going to be a need to make a balanced decision here. Especially if you're dating more than one person, or if you're just dating one person in particular and you're trying to see if you should move forward with this person. I just kind of feel that you are really trying to closely examine your situation so that you make the best decision. Or, you know, maybe, like I said, someone could be doing this about you, trying to examine and see if you are worth the investment. Oh, what's that loud noise? I think it's recycle day. But yeah, there is some sort of agreement or adjustments that may need to be made too. Especially if you're already in a relationship, you guys might need to make some sort of adjustments to make sure that you know, each person is contributing to a way that is fair to the relationship. It's like, okay, well, I don't have enough to pay the cable, but I can take care of the light bill. You know, you guys are maybe having to compromise or have some sort of discussion and plan things out. You might be considering starting a new bank account as well. But I'm seeing some sort of contracts getting ready to be signed. Spiritually, this is something dealing with the law of karma. Or karmic law, like you have a law that needs to be, you agreed to something that needs to be carried out, basically. By law, you have to carry out this course of action. Maybe you have some sort of spiritual agreement with someone. It doesn't look like it's karma in the negative sense, just more so like, hey, we made an agreement. And especially too, we have both the Will and Justice card coming out. Now also, for some of you, and not everyone, because I know some people are gonna be like, well, that ain't me. But for some people, I do see the possibility of having some sort of unusual open or polyamorous relationship. Or you're kind of flirting with the idea of that, like, could I be in a poly relationship? Like, this might be you thinking about the people that you're dating, and it's just like, you know, that's something I never considered. Or maybe you connect with someone who's already in like a poly relationship, and they're like inviting you in, or asking you if you would like to be a part of it, and not just something sexual. I'm talking about like a real relationship. And, you know, I know at one point I was just intrigued by the idea of poly. And I was looking at something. I saw a special on MTV, and it was just kind of like breaking down like how each poly relationship is different. Like, it's not about one big happy family living under the same roof. Sometimes it's one person lives here, and maybe all three people live in separate places. Maybe two people live together, and then there's another person that has their own place. Maybe sometimes they all go on a group date, and sometimes it's just one person or that person. It's like whatever is working for the relationship, you know, whatever. It's like, it's about being supportive of each other, making sure if somebody is feeling bad, that needs to be addressed. You know, both people need to address that. So I know that's not for everybody, but I just kind of feel like for some of you, someone is flirting with the idea of entering a polyamorous relationship. So let me also just kind of clarify judgment here. See what this is resurfacing. Now, also, those of you that have some sort of legal court case, something is being opened back up. Especially if this is having something to do with like detective work or something that was unresolved. is being opened back up, or something is being resumed. Oh my goodness, you guys. Judgment, clarifying judgment. So this is going to be something very significant. This is definitely talking about something being reawakened here. Also, this may have something to do with someone finding their calling. Make sure that you are paying attention to your spirit guides. Pay attention to the signs, pay attention to synchronicities, because that is spirit wanting your attention. Like spirit is wanting you to take notice. It might be your ancestors, it might be angels. But whatever the case, this is having to do, for me, is talking about some sort of invisible energy that wants to get your attention. Some of you are being called back to work, or you feel like you're obligated to complete some sort of task. Yeah, especially if you left work for a while, and maybe you were working on your own business, or you were an entrepreneur, but for whatever reason, you felt the need to return, or maybe even you left and they called you to come back. Hey, we need you back. Are you interested in taking this job back? You know, so something of that sort could be going on. Now, also, again, this is talking about traveling. Someone is getting ready to come towards you, or they're traveling. Someone's very determined. Someone has made up their mind, or at least once they make up their mind, they're moving forward, you know, and they're not going to allow any obstacles to get in their way. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And also, I think I said Libra, Aries, and possibly a water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody's really been thinking about you. Someone's really been making plans to lay a foundation with you. They've been wondering what it's like to be in a relationship with you. Are you worth the investment? They want to make that offering to you. We have Seven of Pentacles coming up again. Yeah, someone wants to, they want to make sure that they're making the right decision though. They're being not scared, but they're taking like extra precaution. They're preparing. This is like some sort of preparation taking place. And I also feel like someone is guarded with their heart, because it's like, I can't give my heart to anyone, to just anybody. Like someone, I feel maybe they know their worth, and they only want to invest in someone who understands their worth and who they feel that, you know, you guys would be a good team. They're looking for something for the long term. They don't want anything short. So someone is very guarded because they know that they're worth something. Now, also, this person might be, you know, rich, and they just want to make sure that they're getting involved with the right person. You know, it's like, I have to be careful who I give my last name to. I have to be very careful who I share my wealth with. Not saying that this person is arrogant because they might have a lot, but, you know, they just know who they are. And so they want someone that knows who they are. Not them. I'm talking about so that you guys can both be like equal. You know, they need someone just as confident to be with, not somebody that's going to be codependent and needy. They want someone that is independent like them. Yeah, again, travel. Someone might be paying for a trip too, or there could have been some sort of trip that was delayed. Maybe someone purchased their tickets, you know, months ago, never got to go. Now they're like, okay, I'm ready for my refund, or I'm ready to exchange for, some updated tickets or something of that sort. So for some of you, you may have already purchased this ticket if it's about traveling, or if someone was supposed to come and see you, they possibly already had purchased that ticket but had just been sitting on it, but now they're going to have to get a refund or update it so that they can continue with the plans. I feel like there were plans that were made that were never executed. And then let me just kind of look at the Justice card here. Somebody is very serious about becoming the master of self. Self-mastery. Interesting. Okay, so for some of you, if you sign some sort of contract, it's a possibility that there's a flaw, or you signed off on something and didn't read the fine print. Something's being exposed in regards to something legal. Like you feel maybe manipulated, even if it's like having to pay for the city. It's just like, what is this? Like, how did, it said parking was okay from 6 to 9, so why do I have a ticket? You might have to fight your case because there is something kind of faulty with some sort of law. Also, this might be like, what do you call it? One of those red light cameras that snaps if you go past the red light. Because I'm getting something like exposure, like a snapshot. But it's at the same time, it's like realizing that something was fake. If it's about a person, you might be realizing that someone has been fake, or someone's real identity. Be careful about, matter of fact, be careful about your identity, because this almost is looking like identity theft. Hopefully this is more so about the thief being exposed or caught and then being sentenced to jail if they stole your stuff, or receiving some sort of sentence. I'm also seeing this as someone who is doing something nice or doing some sort of favor, but that's their way of flirting. So it's again kind of in alignment with what I was saying earlier, something about mixed signals or mixed messages. So someone is going to open up. One last thing I'm seeing this as is someone who it has to put on a performance in order to approach you. It's like they feel if they were their real selves, they wouldn't have anything to say. So it's almost like they have to switch on a personality. You might be talking to a Gemini. And I have Gemini moon, so I can say that. But someone who has a split personality or two faces, I just feel like someone is switching into character, because if they didn't, they would be too shy or too hesitant to approach. So they have to put on a performance in order to express to you how they feel. I'm also seeing this as a lawyer. working on your behalf, and he's working his magic. He knows how to manipulate the system so that you get what is owed to you, but they know how to get it for you because they know the talk, they know that language, they know the law, and they can manipulate it to your favor. So get you a good lawyer if that's what you're going through. All right, so that was pretty long. Sorry about that, those of you that have been patiently waiting for deck number 2. All right. Let's see what's going on with deck number 2 here. We have the Lovers. Dang, trying to flip over. 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. Magician. Hanged Man. Ace of Swords. And the Star. Okay, so somebody is seeing someone or their situation from a more higher perspective, more spiritual. Someone has gained some sort of clarity. They've had time to be alone, time to themselves. So I feel like someone has been very isolated. And also I feel like someone has really been tapping into their spiritual side. Someone has been channeling. I also feel that there's a very strong telepathic connection between you and another person that is getting ready to come into your life. This person has been trying to channel or send thoughts to you, but I feel like you received them. I feel like there's a connection there. I feel like there's been success. And I do feel like, to those of you that have been waiting, or you felt like someone left you hanging, like you didn't know where the relationship stood or where the attraction stood, you're going to hear from this person. There's going to be communication. Before this happens, you might dream about the person, or you might start having very crystal clear, vivid, lucid dreams. Like your dreams are really getting out there, and to the point where it feels more so like experiences than dreams, because they're going to be very, very vivid. Like even upon awakening, the images are going to be so clear in your head. You're going to retain the memory of that dream, the messages that you saw. Make sure that you keep a dream journal, because you may need to write something down when it happens. I also, someone has really been expressing how they feel through thought, through meditation. Now, even if this isn't in regards to a love connection, although I do see a strong love connection coming up, I'm feeling like somebody has really been reaching a higher level of peace here, really connecting to their higher selves and having better understandings of, I want to say, mankind. But that is what I'm picking up. Like someone is able to relate, able to put themselves in the shoes of every single individual. So overall, like having an understanding of universal consciousness. Someone is being very, very metaphysical and really expanding their mind. You might intentionally be trying to open up your pineal gland. Is it pineal? Yeah, pineal gland. Maybe you are doing things like meditation or listening to sounds or music. I'm also getting something in regards to water. So I don't know, too, if you've been trying to transfer your energy through water or using water as some sort of metaphysical thing. like I've read about things about like being able to charge water with certain thoughts or something before you drink it. So I just feel like overall someone has really been uplifting their energy, their spirit here. For some of you, you may have been channeling your twin flame. If you don't have a physical connection with them, maybe it's just spiritual, maybe it's just in thought, but maybe you are actually going to hear from them. If it's not a twin flame, because I know everyone doesn't believe in that, and everyone is not in communication with their twin flame either. Either way, I feel like this is some sort of connection that is divine. I feel that Source has brought the two of you together. Of course, looking on here, the woman is very much aware of the spiritual aspects of this, where the guy is just now waking up, or it takes his attraction to her for him to start to listen to what is happening. Some guys are slow to come around at understanding that, some are not. But I do feel like this is something that starts off as a physical attraction that is actually going to be highly spiritual. I see a connection that does take time to develop, is going to evolve. Now, I also see someone has been working on themselves, especially if you have been, trying to be very patient for, someone to come into your life, whether it's someone specific or just being open to love, period. Because I do feel that someone has been, letting the universe know, hey, I'm open, I'm ready. And I feel like someone has learned a lot or has a new understanding of patience and has used their time to focus on themselves, focus on their health, maybe even channeling or putting their spiritual knowledge into physical form, into something that people can see or read. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, what is that? I guess somebody is walking around. I just trying to make sure. I feel too that someone is somewhere being very comfortable in their skin. You may be admired for the simple fact that you are independent, and are appearing as someone who's not in a rush. It may have taken you a long time to get to this place where you are. So your confidence makes you attractive here. Also, for some of you, there may be some sort of strong connection you're having with a coworker. Like you see this person on a regular basis. This person sees your beauty. This person, even though they are focused on their work or they have their head down and it looks like they're working, in the back of their mind is love. This person is really wanting to connect with their other half here. So again, it's being reiterated about two people connecting with one another. Now, sometimes the lovers is talking about having to choose between two people. But I'm almost feeling like in this case, this is two single individuals that just have a special connection that's going to evolve into, a partnership. You guys are having a lot of things in common. You're getting to know one another. You're having like a lot of intellectual conversations. I also feel that like someone is charming you or you are the charmer. if those of you that are into spell work, I feel almost like the priest and a high priestess are coming together to share their knowledge. These are two people who are very much into the occult, doing ritual spell work. Not necessarily, you know, I'm not talking about anything negative, but using nature. Like someone really is in tune with nature and knows how to work with the elements to manifest what they want. This is someone who maybe likes to walk around with their bare feet because they like to be close to nature. They like the feel of pavement or rocks or grass on the soles of their feet. This is like hippie energy almost. Hippie children or people who are just very in tune with nature. Feels as if everything has consciousness. It could be vegans, maybe not, you know, but either way, I feel like these are people who are very in tune with nature, the moon, looking up at stars, feeling connected. You know, you guys might be talking about things about star-crossed lovers and talking about Sirius. So I just feel that I said Sirius. Is that the right word? Is it Sirius? Cyrus? I'm sorry, y'all. You catch my drift though. You guys are talking about like old stars, and just kind of relating it to human form. So in a nutshell, you guys are having very spiritual and out there conversations. Like if people were to hear you talk, they would be like, they crazy. But you know, it's like two weirdos finding each other. I get like a lot of spiritual energy from here. So let me just kind of see, look at the Lovers card some more. Those of you that are interested in your finances, it looks like your hard work is paying off. You know, you're independent, you're focused. Okay, so for some of you, the Lovers is about someone who once hurt you. So yes, for some of you, it is an ex. And you know, this is someone that is from your past. They're returning, so you might hear from an ex, especially if it's your twin flame. They're in your energy field. Now, this reading is supposed to be for, you know, a week. But those of you that have been watching me for a long time know that the readings can unfold at a much later date. Either way, you guys are thinking about each other. In fact, I'm also getting the energy, again, and this has happened before. Two people coming into your life where you need to decide between your twin and a soulmate. And somehow they may be in connection to one another. Like your twin might know your soulmate. Maybe they're friends. Maybe they're relatives. Maybe something. Because there is an element of betrayal here too. Can't ignore that that's still the Three of Swords. And Ace of Pentacles. Someone feels like they owe you an apology, or they want to make things right again. There needs to be a balance. Someone is coming back to resolve any type of issues. Someone is definitely opening up. We have water sign energy. Did I say Gemini? Was that the other reading? Could be Aquarius. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. There is definitely love in the air. I almost want to say, even for those of you that didn't pick this deck, because I've been noticing that along with you guys, like the deck you don't pick is the one that actually happens. I don't know what that is. Or maybe it's for some of you where it's like there's a little bit of each story in each deck. But yeah, those of you that definitely picked this deck, it looks like there is definitely love in the air. Someone wants to heal. Someone has been healing and now they're wanting to reconnect. Now, let me go ahead and tap into that Magician. I just saw 44 on my timer here. So, master number 44 may be significant. Those of you that did some sort of attraction spell, it may be manifesting now. And attraction spells, I'm not talking about the kind where you try to bind someone. This is more so doing some sort of spell work that is intended to draw in anybody that is resonating with your energy. So it's calling in your potential soulmates. It's kind of unblocking that energy, any type of blockages, is clearing any type of blockages that you may have had, and now these people are able to connect with each other. So I feel like those of you that have done that is working, especially if you work with waters or liquids. But because the Magician knows how to work with all elements, it could have been any of them. Yeah, see, it's working. The love is coming in. We have a Knight of Cups coming in with the Ace of Wands. So something you did, they're coming to find you. They're like, where's my soulmate? Where's that energy coming from? I feel it, you know. So I feel like they're like you left a trail out and they're coming right up to you. Yeah, they're coming in. Also could be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sag. You guys are going to find each other. Oh, and then we have the 10 of Cups here. So because of someone's, look how she's the Temperance, she's an alchemist. She merged those energies together. She drew them, she created some sort of spirit work, and it healed, not only healed her, but now it made her open to receive. And I feel like this is what's happening. So someone has been cleansed, purified, and now they are receiving fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So this is mostly about love. You can try to apply it to your career or friendships, but I feel like this was a lot about your love life. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to deck number 3. We have the Devil, 3 of Swords, the Hierophant, King of Wands, Four of Cups, the Star, Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. So some of the same energies coming out. Okay. So with the Star, I feel that you're getting what you asked for. I also feel that something is getting ready to be revealed. I'm also picking up someone who may be in a long distance relationship, or your love interest is at a distance. I feel too that there has been some sort of healing taking place. Be careful, because I feel that you might be someone who attracts narcissists or people who are very selfish, people who only think from themselves, and they are like energy vampires. They're stealing all of your resources. They steal all of your energy. All they do is take, and they don't give anything in return. They just keep taking from you until you're tapped out, until there's a breakup. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, or Libra. And I just feel like someone may also be in a negative state of mind, a negative mindset, a place of darkness. There's a need for you to cut ties with anything that is draining you of your positivity, draining you of your kindness, draining you of your goodness. I just feel like there's a need for you to sever ties. Now, this I can definitely see a job as well. Maybe you are working for a job that it feels like a trap, or it feels like you've been locked into something that you don't want to be a part of. This can also be about working around very toxic energies or people. I've seen this card a lot too, where excuse me, someone's career field is dealing with people who have a codependency, or who are being held as prisoners. So like people who work in any type of systematic controlled government type place. So jails, asylums, hospitals, even the pharmaceutical industry, because people are addicted, or people need that medication in order to function, or whatever the case. If they don't have it, this will happen. If they don't have this medication, that will happen. So in a sense, they're codependent to it. It could even be something in regards to drug dealing, or something that is supposed to be like politics. Something that we have someone who is the puppet, or who is the face of whatever, the face of a product, or a brand, and really someone is, behind the scenes. It's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of greed. It's a lot of people that's only looking out for themselves. So someone like selling you a product, but they're, not being fair with, it's unethical, basically. So if this is in relation to career, you might be working at a place that is unethical. Even like banks. Don't get me wrong, there's good and bad in everything, but a lot of times you'll find like a lot of darkness connected to these type of places. Either way, I feel like there's a need to separate yourself from anything that you feel is draining or toxic. Um, Also, this might be talking about an ex trying to reach out to you, especially if you're someone who's very nurturing. You know, this person may be coming after you for one thing. I'm seeing like a lot of sexual energy on the mind. They may be coming off as wanting something serious. I'm sorry, I was getting like another phrase here. It's like a serial dater, like someone who enters into serious long-term sexual relationships. Just bear with me because I feel like there are two energies competing here. I feel like one energy is very selfish, full of sexual gratification. And then I'm getting another relationship that is very spiritual or has the potential to become something very spiritual. I also feel like someone is making some sort of confession. Someone may be revealing their feelings, or their intentions may be revealed to you somehow, either through a dream or some sort of psychic reading or tarot reading, like you're able to understand someone's true intentions. I'm feeling that if this is someone who, and I also feel like someone may be recently single, so now they're coming towards you, but it might just be for sexual gratification or because there was some sort of codependency between you guys, in regards to sex. Like the both of you were addicted to each other's lovemaking. It's like, oh my God, it was so good. Like, I remember when we would do that and it was one of the best I ever had. So I don't know, there could be something where someone comes in and out of your life and you might start to realize that it's only sexually based, even though there's some sort of spiritual connection. And you guys, I mean, it can still be something in regards to a twin flame or like the shadow side of the twin flame union. Because I'm getting like a blend of spiritual and then something that is very low vibrational. I do feel like someone really is determined on having something or coming towards you. But I'm feeling like now someone is going to ignore the other person. Let me see what this Four of Cups, what this Four of Cups is. I feel like someone is trying to come at you and you're like, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. I was happy being alone, or it took me a long time to become strong and independent. And now here you come. It's almost like, someone really truly comes along when you forget about them. Or once you have healed and you've become strong and independent, then here comes this creep testing you. So I feel like it's about the Four of Cups is about you being very guarded or protective of your feelings. You're not trusting someone. You're not trusting their intentions. It's like, keep your distance, or I need to keep my eye on you before I allow you to come back into my life because you ruined it before. So I'm feeling like this is familiar energy. If it's not, then you might be comparing this new person's red flags. Like they're displaying red flags, and you're like, oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this pattern before. And you might become very guarded or defensive here, because this is showing both the Knight of Pentacles has come out twice. Both of these ladies are strong individuals because they have gone through things. They've evolved. They have learned how to be on their own. They don't need anybody anymore. Maybe they didn't know that or understand that, but they now understand their value, and they're taking their time when it comes to choosing a mate. You know, it's like, just because I've been single for a while doesn't mean I just want to jump with anybody, you know, so I'm still being picky. And I just kind of feel like that is the energy that is coming off. Yeah, see, someone wants your attention. They're going to be calling you. It's like they're ready only when they're ready too. Like there could have been a time where you were waiting for this person, and this person knew that, and they could have come back they could have come back anytime, but now they're coming back, and it's almost like, I don't know, mind games. I'm seeing a little bit of jealousy too. So it's almost like maybe their energy, if you are interested in someone else or talking to someone else, it's almost like this person has telepathically detected that you are interested in someone else. And so the narcissist in them comes back and it's like, hey, I love you. I still love you. You know, they're just being a creep. They're just coming back around because they're obsessed with having their ego fed, you know, way obsessed with it. But I feel like you are really standing your ground, and you're not falling into that trap again. You are resisting any type of negative energies that are trying to re-enter into your life. You are doing really good listening to your intuition here. So if your intuition is telling you to keep your space, to protect your space, then do that. Yeah, again, this is kind of listening to your intuition. It could also be talking about a water sign. See, both of these energies are blocking. They're like, get away, stay away, use your intuition, listen to your gut. Yeah, so there must be someone getting ready to come into your life, and the minute they do, that's when your ex starts showing out. Is their spirit is jealous, and they know it. So it's got to be a telepathic connection. Let me look at this Three of Swords. I'm seeing temptation and someone swearing off this person. They're like, no, I made a promise to the universe that I would never, you know, or if I got the opportunity to have unconditional love, I would never allow this energy back into my life. I also feel like for some of you, it's time for you to detach from a corporate position and take on some sort of leadership role. So if you're an entrepreneur, especially dealing with spirituality, or an advisor, or someone who is a consultant, like it's time for you to be independent and work for yourself. Something is trying to keep you apart. I almost feel like there is a war going on between higher vibration, lower vibration. I don't want to say heaven and hell, but basically, where I want to say dark lords. I want to get all sci-fi now, but it's like I feel like dark lords are trying to prevent you from being your higher self here. This is your calling. This is you being a leader, you giving guidance, you helping other people, but there's something that's trying to prevent you from doing that. This is causing you some sort of distraction. Again, going back to career, let's say, for instance, you are an entrepreneur, independent, making your own money, setting your own hours, and then all of a sudden you get some sort of job offer out the blue, or your old job calls you. Hey, come work for us. You know, we'll offer this and this and that. So someone is tempting you, or will be tempting you, and really, even though it just looks like a regular story being played out, oh, the minute I'm, working for myself, here comes my old job, or here comes that job I applied to 5 months ago calling me, talking about they could use me. That is just a darker energy trying to keep you away from your higher purpose. Okay. Okay, so with the Three of Swords, clarifying that, again, the King of Wands is coming out. I feel like this may be an ex fire sign, or be careful about this person, because see, it is like these readings are connected. Now, in the previous reading, I was getting good energy from someone who was doing spell work. This is someone who is doing something to manipulate. This is someone who is doing binding spells. This isn't attraction spells. This is you belong to me, you're coming to me, break up with whoever you're with and be with me spell. This is someone that is trying to overpower your will. And it may be attached with a fire sign, or it may not be. This is someone, too, who may have a very strong attraction to you. They also have that Emperor energy. Now, I do see the potential of King and Queen. But like I said, either this person is going about it the wrong way, whether it's you or another person, or you're going to have the option to choose between two different energies, because I am getting similar energies, but it looks like there could be an age difference between the two. Maybe one is sexual, one is spiritual. And that's why you're being asked to choose wisely. Protect your space. Something's going to come to an end here. I'm seeing you part ways with something. Something that brings you comfort. Now, for some of you, make sure you take your car in a shop, because it could be on the brink of breaking down. Check your tires. It could be something as simple as a sensor, although those damn things are expensive, but it could be something like that. It could be an alternator, could be a belt. If that's if it's talking about a car. If it is talking about a person with ill intent, I feel that you are going to use good judgment and decide not to move forward with someone who you feel has ill intent. Yeah. And now also here we have that earth energy again and that emperor. So you might have two options. One person I don't trust. The other person, okay, you can move forward with. But, you're going to have to use that inner barometer to tell the difference between who is who. One more clarifier. I feel like the Hierophant is telling you to listen to your intuition again. I just feel like it's really stressing that. Listen to your higher calling. I feel like the Hierophant is also saying to break routine or break some sort of conformity. So not necessarily breaking the law, but if the law isn't, if you feel like it's not right, then maybe it is a need to challenge it or to separate yourself from something that is being asked of you. This may be a past lesson repeating itself. I'm getting the energy of someone who is a spiritual healer or a spiritual leader, or that could be someone's calling that you might be fighting against. So if you have some sort of spiritual gift, it looks as if you could be fighting against that. There's a need for you to get back to it. I'm seeing you kind of detach and walk away from a situation. I'm also seeing this as someone who learned how to do some sort of alchemy or spiritual work or manifestation. Someone has learned how to do something. Or it's like they're developing their skill. I'm seeing a spiritual connection too. But I'm getting someone who is dealing with, they're still healing. Because I feel like maybe in the past there was a rejection or someone felt abandoned. I'm also seeing someone stepping outside of their comfort zone. There's a need to break free from your comfort zone. And that's what I was saying, like do something, not break the law, but break whatever bad habits that you've picked up or something. Again, I feel like it's just stressing about listening to your intuition. Something may be getting ready to be revealed too when the moon moves into Pisces, which should be sometime tomorrow. Yeah, sometimes tomorrow when moon is in Pisces, I feel like there may be a confession or someone may be opening up. I'm also seeing something about closure. Having closure. I don't know what that is though. Hopefully that'll make sense to somebody. I'm seeing someone going against society standards too though. Whatever that might mean to you. Some people think being an entrepreneur is going against society standards, but whatever that is to you, I feel like there's a need to break free from expectation or whatever, you know, is supposed to, however it's supposed to be. Like, break away from that and do you. Don't listen to the naysayers. And I just saw 111 on my timer as I was saying that. Don't listen to the naysayers. This is you kind of tuning out people telling you how something should be. Someone is like, it should be, you're supposed to do this or you should do that. And you're kind of going within. You're not listening to what they're saying because your intuition is telling you to do something else. All right, so I hope that has helped. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to book a personal or private reading, email TemajTarot@gmail.com. But thank you guys for watching. Many blessings to you.